Hey guys, what is up? It is the upcoming here, bringing you guys a Forza 5 gameplay commentary. And before I say anything else in this video, I just want to say I do not work for Forza or Microsoft or any of that jazz that they seem, for whatever reason, make people like have a need to want to say that, only because they recently released a copyright thing towards any Microsoft Studios made game. And so yeah, I have to put a disclaimer in the description box also letting you guys know that I do not work for Microsoft. So if you're seeing this video, no, I do not work for Microsoft. So anyway, I wanted to talk about something that has forever been a bit of a dream of mine, and it might actually become a reality. So basically, there was a video I watched the other day by this guy, I think his name is Black Panther, I'm not sure. A link to his video will actually be in the description. But he released a video 4 days ago saying, basically, I just randomly stumbled across it because I was looking for something, and he basically said he thinks that the next Need for Speed game will be Need for Speed Underground 3. And I figured it was only right that I uploaded a little bit of Forza gameplay in the Mitsubishi Evo that I have, only because growing up as a kid, Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Underground 2, and the first ever Need for Speed Most Wanted game were my favorite Need for Speed games of all time, and I could actually play those games back to back for hours, and I mean hours on end. I used to play Need for Speed literally from the time that I got home till about 9 to 10 o'clock at night, non-stop, until I had to go to bed and get ready for school the next day. So with all that being said, as I get spun out right here, I just figured I would give my opinions on it. So anyway, in case you didn't know, Need for Speed actually released a app on most Android phones called Need for Speed No Limits. It's called Need for Speed No Limits, and apparently the customization in that game is pretty insane. I've seen a few screenshots from it, and the guy Black Panther actually showed I want to say a clip from when he went to a gaming convention or whatever. He went to like Euro Games and asked them a couple questions about upgrading cars and stuff like that, where you can take a lower tier car and upgrade it so it's able to compete with cars like Ferraris and Lamborghinis and stuff like that. And when you go and look over at Need for Speed No Limits, they've really finally brought back some of the customization features that were in Need for Speed Underground 2 and, you know, the original Need for Speed Underground and in Most Wanted. And to be honest with you, I feel like that's what made those games the most fun out of all the racing games I've ever played. Even more fun than Forza, because you had that customization option. And, you know, in games like Forza and honestly some of the recent Need for Speed games, you didn't have that option to, you know, really just go all out with customizing your car and just, you know, making it look the way you want to. And that was a big turnoff for me when Need for Speed stopped making that an option in all of their games. You know, most of the body kits and, you know, customization packages were literally just packages, and you couldn't really edit them in really any way. It was kind of just, you know, you select whatever package you liked the most, and that's what you had to go with. You know, maybe you got to change the rims and the occasional paint job, but even this customization option on Forza that you're seeing on my, you know, Mitsubishi Evo 10, this is just a design that somebody made that I had to download. Other than that, I don't really know if I'd ever be able to make this design. I just thought it was really cool. The rims and the spoiler and all that came with the design option too. Forza is another company that tends to do this, where it was just, you know, they just release customization packages, and if you like it, you download it or buy it. And, you know, I really just think it's kind of a sad time where customization of a car has become basically DLC. You know, and to me, I feel like no racing game, at least a street racing game anyway, is any street racing game where you can't put parts on your cars and stuff like that. And still to this day, I actually still play Need for Speed Underground 2. And I remember when Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original one, came out, I used to have competitions with my friends to see who could, you know, beat the game the fastest and stuff like that. And, you know, who could get the signature cars from the bosses and stuff like that. And I really miss that aspect of gaming. I miss games where it was like, you know, I could play them over and over and over and over again and never get bored of it. And, you know, I think I played Need for Speed Most Wanted through maybe 20 times. You know, it was just that fun of a game where it was just, it never got boring, and I kept playing it over and over again. And nowadays, when I play games, I feel like, you know, very rarely do I put in a game and, you know, I play it multiple times. Fallout 3 has to be the most recent game that's ever came out that I've played multiple times and have enjoyed playing it over and over and over again. And as far as any of the other games, I can't even really say that, because like most games, I played through them once, and once I played through them once and beat them, once I'm bored of them, I put them on eBay and sell them. So the idea that you know, the people over at Need for Speed are actually listening to the community as far as customization options go sounds like, you know, hopefully where they're hinting towards Need for Speed Underground 3. And believe it or not, they actually delayed their release in 2014 to prepare for 2015, you know, when the new consoles come out for Xbox One and PS4. You know, I think it's really, I hope, like, at least I'm hoping anyway, that they have decided that they're going to go back to a bit of a Need for Speed Underground approach. Because let's be honest, if you took all the past, you know, Need for Speed games and then put them up against Underground, you know, the Underground and the first Most Wanted, they just don't stack up. The game just doesn't feel the same. You know, it feels more like, you know, to be honest with you, to me, Need for Speed never seemed like a game where, Lamborghinis and Ferraris should have ever been implemented. I always thought it was, you know, a build from the ground up. Even Need for Speed Pro Street wasn't that bad of a game. But, you know, anyway, guys, I'm just excited for this, and I really hope this is the step in that direction that they're taking. I think it's a good step in the right direction. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Would you guys buy Need for Speed Underground 3 years after a Need for Speed Underground 2 release and stuff like that? You know, would you guys, you know, with the way games are these days, would you take the risk of going out and spending $60 on a game that you're unsure of, you know, being that the company's under a new developer and stuff like that? Would you take that risk of buying that game? And, you know, would you give it a chance, is what I'm saying? Because, you know, this is a step in the right direction, but will they do it correctly is pretty much the big question here. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'm the upcoming, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.